Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Bakersfield, San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. I'm here with the very popular Stephen Gardner from his own YouTube show, and we're talking about the Time Magazine's interview with Trump. And here's one more thing I wanted to mention about it. They asked him, should Crimea go to the Russians? Should they get to keep Crimea? Well, here's what Trump says. Well, Crimea went to the Russians. It's already there. They went in 2014, by the way. So in case you don't know, Crimea was part of Russia hundreds of years. They gave it to Ukraine. It's a longer story, but then they took it back. 90% of the people in Crimea want to be part of Russia. They're ethnic Russians. They're Russian speakers. And Russia is not going to give up Crimea because they've got military bases there. They've got submarine bases. They've got all kinds. It's not happening. And by the way, Ukraine and the United States lost the war. We're the losers in the war. So the winners get to set the terms. Okay. Well, Crimea went back to the Russians. It was handed to them by Barack Hussein Obama and not by me. With that being said, will they be able to get it back? They've had their Russians, they've had their submarines there for long before any period that we're talking about, for many years. The people speak largely Russian in Crimea, but this was given by Obama. This wasn't given by Trump. Would it have been taken from me like it was taken from Obama? No, it would have never happened. Crimea, if I were president, it would not have been taken. No, he would have sold it to him. Time says, would it be acceptable to you in a deal if Crimea and the 4 other regions that Russia has taken from Ukraine would be folded into Russia under a final accommodation? I would be 100% okay with that, me personally, because the United States, if you don't know the story, very quickly overthrew the Ukrainian government in 2014, the Maidan coup, and installed a puppet. So the ethnic Russian speakers in the eastern part of Ukraine, Crimea, they didn't want to go along with the coup government that was installed by the United States. And so what did the puppet government of the United States start doing in Ukraine? They started bombing the people in the Donbass, in the eastern part. And they slaughtered at least 16,000 of them over the next, 6 years or 8 years. And so that's the whole, so no, I would be okay. When Putin invaded Ukraine, he didn't invade to start a war. He invaded to stop a war. The war against the people in the Donbass that were being slaughtered by Ukraine and the Azov battalion, which is a Nazi battalion. So Trump's response is, if Crimea will stay with Russia, we have to only talk about Crimea because that's the one that always gets mentioned. Crimea will stay with Russia, and Zelensky understands that. And everybody understands that it's been with them for a long time. It's been with them long before Trump came along. And again, this is Obama's war. This is a war that should never have happened. I call it a war that should have never happened. So Zelensky was so angry with Trump over that statement that he almost took a shit. That's a cocaine joke. That's a cocaine joke. Okay. Anyway. And by the way, it's good news for Zelensky. You're not paranoid. The entire world now is out to get you because you're such a piece of it. But let me throw it back to Stephen. Stephen, what do you say about this?
Yeah. So those regions, didn't they vote early in the war on whether to be Ukraine and Russia? And they voted Russia. So what'd the mainstream media say? They were compelled. Yeah. Their lives were threatened.
Yeah.
I didn't see any guns at the ballot box, but here's a really simple term. Okay, we were being bombed. The bombs weren't coming from Russia. The bombs were coming from Ukraine. Who are we to assume was bombing us? Our own government was bombing us, right? So I think that Trump is right on this. Like, why are we talking about Crimea? That is lost land. We should be talking about the area that Russia has taken, whether that becomes a neutral buffer zone, whether that becomes Ukrainian, whether it becomes Russian. That is the real thing. But the fact that they don't want to end this war is really mysterious to me. I mean, they had the opportunity to end it, in the spring of 2022? Biden sent over that goofy guy from the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, they threatened Zelensky, you end this war and we'll take you out. Well, he keeps it going because he thinks that they're going to keep sending him unlimited amounts of money and weapons. And meanwhile, we've weakened America to strengthen Ukraine. And I think the people are just done with it. They want this war to be over. I don't know why the United Kingdom wants to keep this war going. It's very bizarre to me. But yes, this all happened under Obama. You cannot put this on Trump. You also can't expect Trump, as good at negotiating as he is, to get back an area where 9 out of 10 people speak Russian. Like the 1 out of 10 that live in the area that speak Ukrainian. You know what we do in America? We call that Little Ukraine, and it becomes a restaurant, an area with Ukrainian restaurants and Ukrainian churches and Ukrainian areas to visit. Little Italy, right? Like that's what should happen with Crimea. But if they keep going, they're going to lose Crimea and Odessa, and then they're going to have no access to the Black Sea.
Well said. Thank you very much. Hey, have you ever tried getting ivermectin, methylene blue, or mebendazole from your regular doctor? Good luck. Most won't even talk about it. But the truth is, you shouldn't have to beg for these medicines that you want. And you shouldn't have to wait for permission to take care of your own health. I'm telling you, don't wait till you're sick. Be prepared, because when things go south, it's not the hospital that's going to save you. It's what you've already got at home. That's why I'm telling people about All Family Pharmacy. They're redefining what healthcare should be, helping you stay stocked with both essentials and everyday meds, no hassle. You order online. A licensed doctor reviews your order, writes the prescription, and boom, your meds ship straight to your door, no hassle. They've got ivermectin, methylene blue, mebendazole, plus over 200 medications, including antibiotics, emergency kits, and your daily prescriptions. It's not just a pharmacy. It's the backup plan every family needs. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/door right now. Stock up. Be ready. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/door and use the code DOOR10 and get 10% off your order today. Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Bakersfield, San Jose, California, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Birmingham, and London. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.